Hey, I thought I would do a kit review on this model here, and also I'll be including a build plan. This is going to be my next build, so I thought I'd just do an out-of-the-box review here real quick. It's the ATM 2010 Chevy Camaro SS/RS Coupe showroom replica. So that's a mouthful. Nice picture of the actual car on the box here. Let me go around. Here's the actual rear of the car and the interior. Nice photo of the car driving down a road, or actually on a bridge. And then some more shots of the car, nice profile there, and rear and front again. Illustration of actual car. Yes, kind of figured that. ATM's 1/25th scale showroom replica. Fast, easy, fun to build kits suitable for the beginner or experienced modeler. So, I think it says back here, yeah, skill level 2, 10 and up, right on that side. And here's your views of all your trees now in the store. I should have paid attention to that. I'll get to why in a little bit. Let's crack it open. I've already opened this, and I've already opened all the bags and looked at all the parts and so forth. So, first bag we have here, nice, all the clear is on top, which again, so it doesn't get scratched. You can see we have our windshield with molded in windshield wipers, the rear, and in here you have I believe the headlights, and then the tail lights, running lights, and the turn signals, and they're two very, very tiny windows, the rear windows. Well, side windows. No actual windows for the right here, but they do have the rear ones, which is kind of cool. Okay. So that's all of your clear. Let's just set that there. Your chrome. The only chrome they give you is the rims. So that's it for your chrome. The nice starfish rims. These are, I think they're pretty cool rims. They fit the car pretty well. So let's take a look at the body. Pretty nice representation of the 2010 Camaro. Of course, the rear section and the front section come separate. And I just realized this. I didn't before, but you look on there. You see those 4 little holes? Oh, they got 4 little holes up here too. You actually mount the windows on the outside. And the same thing with these little windows here. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot of interesting things about this kit that maybe more experienced guys know about, or have built kits like this, but I have never built a kit like this. So I've never put it on the outside. And here's your frame. It has a lot of pegs on it too. Like here's your two rear pegs are right there and there. And your 2 front pegs. So this thing pegs. It's not a snap tight kit, but it's kind of has some things in line with those types of kits. Like these big, huge pegs. Let's see more of those. Here's your vinyl. I've never had a kit offer vinyl seats before, but this does. Here's vinyl rear seat, and I haven't taken these out because I don't want to. Well, I don't want to lose these for your axles, and I don't want to mess the tires up or anything. And let's see if I can actually get a front seat out here. And you can kind of see that. There's a front seat. Pretty cool. See how that works. Let's see if I think that's pretty cool later. Here's a first bag of sprues. Here's your bucket. The inside has a molded in clutch, gas, and brake. Or brake and gas, rather. It's pretty smooth in here, but that's pretty much what the inside of the Camaro looks like. Really nice and smooth. Here's the top. Something else I haven't seen very often, the roof, the inside, your sun visors, and they actually has a center console in here, and this too. We have another one of the door panel details. Pretty good with the details. Here's your speakers, and that actual, if you can see that tiny little thing there, is how you open the door. That's and it's nice and smooth like this too, so no ashtrays in this car, guys. This is actually the rear, and they molded into the speakers in here too. This is for the rear, behind the rear seats. Here's the baffles for your headlights. Kicker panels. Never actually put the kicker panels on a model before. I think this is actually part of the front. You put that somewhere in here, like across here, is where that goes. I think I just glanced at the instructions, so I'm not super sure on that. Here we have the last bag. You got your hood, nice hood there. Your exhaust tips, which as you can see are not chrome on the box. The car actually has them in chrome, but these are not. Here's your front grille here. It's upside down, but that's it. I'm not quite sure what this is. It looks like the spoiler. It is the spoiler. I bet that's the spoiler. And then these are your mufflers. Let's put these on this side so I don't get everything super confused, which I probably already have, but here is your console there, or your dash. Really nice details. There's 3 details here, and I'm trying to remember which one is the key, but I think it's the one that's actually, I think you actually put the key in like that and not straight onto the dash. I can't remember. Here's your radio, here's your for air, and your RPM is on your right, and of course your speed is on the left. And the middle was that middle. There's a little detail in the middle, right above my finger there, and that's actually your digital display in this car. And what else here? We have the steering wheel, which very cool. I don't think I'll be able to make this show, but on either side of the steering wheel are controls. Your cruise control here, and then controls for your digital monitor are, and a couple other things are over here on the bar there that goes across. You've got your microscopic little shifter knob, and then your handbrake, and that's that sprue. Here we've got your rotors and calipers, and your mirrors here. This is a couple go on the underside of the frame. This is part of the transmission bracket, and this is your I think your rear end, part of the rear end. No, this goes over your drive shaft. Let's see. Oh, and there's a center console with your cup holders and your shifter and a couple other little things here. Your shifter mounting right there, which is different. There's a difference from the 2000. Oh wait, this is probably a manual. Okay, well, there's a difference between the manual and the automatic. The automatic actually has a panel, and it actually has the numbers of the gears on there. So this is not a manual car. This is this is not an automatic car. This is a manual. Because the automatic has it's a flat, and it has, reverse, forward, I don't remember if it had a low or a high, but I know it's got a downshift. Oh, that's the other thing this doesn't have. Because this is a manual, it doesn't have the automatic on either side of the back here. Or maybe it does. Oh, it does. That's odd. I don't know if that's the difference between the 2010 and 2011, but it does have your shifter levers. Upshift, downshift. If you had an automatic, you could shift it down and then use these panels or this little flipper things. I think they do that, and the Ferrari has that too, where you can, the new Ferraris, new foreign cars, you can shift like that instead of shifting from the floor. So that might be something to look into. I haven't quite looked into that. Here's, of course, it's like about to fall off the sprue, your exhaust. And the last two plastic pieces, your rear end. Fairly nice details. And then, of course, the front end of the car. And the last thing we have in here, well, one of the last things we have in here are the decals. You've got nice black and or white rally stripes. You've got, this is all for your gauges, and there seems to be two of each gauge for some reason. I'll have to see why. See, that's your speedometer, that's your tach, that's your digital, and that's or not your tach, your RPM meter, your digital display, that's your radio, and that's little Chevy logos. You've got your little, or that just says Camaro. These two are for the side panels, a couple of license plates, and your badges. And I'm looking at these badges and going, well, you know, these are SS badges. See, those are SS badges. So if you want to build this as the RS, which I don't know why you would want to, because if you're going to buy a muscle car, you buy an SS, not an RS. Just my personal opinion. So if you want to build this as the RS, you don't put the SS on here, and you really honestly have a magical mystery car, because where this SS badge is would say RS or whatever designation, because I know there's like /L or something nowadays. But yeah, so you can make this, to make it as the RS, you just, some of the gauges might be different. I haven't actually, because see, there was multiple gauges, so that might be it. And I'm pretty sure, my eyes are bad, but I'm pretty sure those were all SS badges. Yeah, they all say SS, there's no RS. Okay, well that's that. The difference might be in these gauges, which would kind of be odd. But hey, there you go. They might just give you extra ones in case you mess one up, which hopefully you don't do, but hey. Here is all the paperwork. Oh, jeez. Let's get all the paperwork here. Yep, here are your instructions. You get your English, your Portuguese, your Spanish, your French, your Italian, and your German. So you can build this car in several different languages if you so desire. A few things here. Few complaints actually about this kit. I like the detail on it. It's got really cool detail, very accurate detail. But there are a few things that annoy me. That's it for the kit. If there's one big thing missing, where's the motor? Well, there is no motor in this kit. Well, there is a motor in this kit. It's right there. In the frame. Yeah. I should have looked, that's what I was talking about. I should have looked at the parts on the back and said, hey, there's no motor, I don't want this kit. Because I wanted to build the motor. It has a pretty neat looking motor. So there's your engine. Another kind of annoying thing is, since you only have rims for chrome, let me hunt those down here. Which way did they go? There, you really... Where are they? They're not in this, are they? They're not in these. Yes, they are. There they are. You really don't have anything to put in your mirrors. So, I could put some foil in. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put some foil in there. But it's kind of like, it'd be cool to have some chrome. There's no... Where is that piece now? Where did you go? You went right here. There's no, there's no rear mirror either. Unless that thing's supposed to be the rear mirror, and this is a tiny little square, and it's not that tiny in the real car. So that's kind of annoying. Not like I can't work around not having mirrors. And this really doesn't annoy me that there's a mirror there, but this does annoy me. So if you're annoyed by not having to build an engine, you won't like this kit. If you're like, oh my gosh, cool, then you'll like this kit. Because I don't want to build that stupid engine. The good news is the hood will fit, hopefully. I say that now. I'm probably cursing myself. The hood will fit. I can just glue it in. I've never done that. I've never built a car that doesn't have an engine. I've never built a car with like all these pegs. There's this too. Like there's two big meaty pegs here. There's these two that line up, and these are actually, there's actual grooves in the frame. Let's see if I can actually show that. That those go into. They go into, let's see if I can actually locate it and show you. There's a groove. It goes into there. That's kind of interesting. It kind of makes me not want to test fit it. Because, will I get it back out? Will I break off the tab? It's kind of a little scary. And not really like scary, oh my gosh, but it's kind of like, will I get it in there and be able to get it out? I mean, if I break it off, it's not like a huge deal. I could glue it back together, or you've still got this. And then all this around here. I plan to put a bead of glue too. So, no, those are the same. I thought I was going to say those are different. But, yeah. The other thing is the vinyl seats do have a bunch of flash on them. I'm not sure if taking them off is going to leave like a little mark on the vinyl. I hope it doesn't. We'll see. But yeah, that's the kit. That's the kit review part of this. All over the place. This is gonna be my next build. I'm currently working on the Enterprise D 1/2500 scale. It's over here. You'll have to trust me. It's here. And then I'm gonna build a car. I'm kind of going spaceship car. I've got the 1/2500 D, or no, that's the D. That's the E. Over that away. It's just trust me. I just got that, and I'll be done with my 2500 scale Enterprise fleet. So that's cool, yeah. But I wanted to build a car, and I wanted to build my car. I had a 2011 Camaro. A beautiful, beautiful car that I no longer have. So, car is not silver, although it looks pretty cool in silver. I'm looking here, and it looks kind of neat in silver. But mine was actually jet black with a very thick clear coat. Now, a lot of people will think that was like charcoal or gloss. No, it was jet black, trust me. I know. And I bought paint. That's why I bought jet black paint. So the car was jet black. The interior was satin with silver trim. And there's one thing, and I don't know if I'm going to do that. Because again, mine was flat. That's why I was like, oh wait, that's not how mine looked. That was flat, and then had a bunch, you know, what I said before on it. So yeah. My rotors were brushed aluminum. So I'm actually going to try to simulate a brushed aluminum look. These were just aluminum. Yeah, the calipers. I think that's what they are. Calipers, maybe, yes. But the rotors were brushed, so I'm going to try to put some really deep grooves in there with sandpaper and then actually just hand paint them on. See if I can get like the kind of the illusion, not like super gritty, like super fine sandpaper to kind of keep them in scale. See if I can get that brushed aluminum, a little bit of illusion of that. What else am I doing here? Nothing with the engine. Oh, my rims. My rims were aluminum too. So I'll not brush, just aluminum. Well, they had a slight brushing texture to them, but so I might do that. But these will be all this nice. The only chrome tree they gave me is going to be sanded off. Now, these tires have no markings on them. There's no Goodyear or anything, which is fine. I'm fine with. They're the wrong tread though. I actually had Pirelli racing slicks on my car. Very cool. Very expensive. Like $500 a tire, by the way. If you so desire to get Pirelli tires. They are $500 each. At least the ones on my car were. And they were very awesome, by the way. So it's cool that they molded these vinyls are actually black because that was my interior, so that's good. But I'm not going to bother writing like Pirelli on these. I'm just going to leave that. Which I also might just leave the stick shift. I'm not sure. The real pain is going to be... one of the real pains is going to actually getting the silver trim around here. Like these were silver. This, like up in here, these two things were silver. But the rest of the dash was black. Around all this stuff is silver. Actually, they have a really good picture. Let's show that. Of the interior. This is pretty much spot on what my interior looked like. As you can see, there's like silver and chrome trim around everything. That's going to be interesting to do. And you see all these instruments. I don't know if you can see the red and the blue. There's like around all this stuff, there's like little red and blue. Those are actually lights. Those are LEDs. It looked really cool in there at night with all the lights off. And even around these little things, there's silver trim. So yeah. And then yeah, as I said, they had the details, and they actually added the details of these, which inside there are your controls for your digital display, which is in the center, and your cruise control over here, and then the flipper pane. Oh, that's your that was your windshield and stuff. They don't even have that, do they? Nope. They don't have the thing for the windshield wipers, which is, you can barely see behind there. And I can't see the flipper panels on here. This might not be flipper panels either, because those kind of stuck out. You'd actually see them on the side of here. So this might actually be, and that's different from the model. And that's different from my car too. So, we'll see. But this is exactly what my interior looked like. It's this beautiful satin plaque, and I'm going to try to emulate that as well. The hardest part, I think, about this entire build will actually be I had vinyl decals on my car. Where are my decals? There are my decals. The vinyl decals I had on my car were, it'd probably be easier to show this on all the parts I have, than on the parts I have. You see this triangle right here, right above the kicker panel? That had a silver decal. And then along flanking each of the sides of the hood scoop had a silver decal, which would be no problem just to paint that silver and that silver, just mask it off and paint it silver. But it actually had, it was a central piece, and then around it was a pinstripe around that and that. And if you look here on these parts, like the hood, here we go, you can see how small that is. That is super tiny to get a pinstripe on. So that's going to be the hard part. And let's look at the body here. Got parts all over the place. Same thing with the body. It's really tiny right in there. It didn't go all the way to this panel. It actually stopped at the door. It stopped before it went over to this here, because this triangle line goes all the way into here, but it stopped before there. So that's microscopic pinstriping that I do not think I can pull off. Luckily, they're nice enough to give me useless rally, at least for me, useless rally stripes, because I won't need those. But the pinstriping on those is exactly about the size. You can't even see the white ones, but they're there. Yeah. That I need. So I'm thinking about cutting these up into triangles. I'm kind of Frankensteining myself. These, that wouldn't be too hard because they're about the size I need, and this is just pretty much a flat line. Hood might be another story, because as you can see, it has a nice subtle curve to it. So that might be more difficult. We'll see what happens. But that's pretty much the plan I have. Is to build my car. So I can look at it and pine for my car, because I like to torture myself, mainly is my thing here. I gotta say about these windows, if you're thinking about buying this car, these don't do anything. You cannot see out these windows. You sit like right down here. It's about the top of your head in this car. So if you go to turn, because you want to see your blind spot, is ginormous. Your blind spot in this car is that. From here back. That's your blind spot. So, word of advice, the mirrors, move those mirrors so that you can see the entire lane on this side. Otherwise you're going to be crashing into people, which I almost did. Almost banged into a truck. If he wouldn't have honked his horn, the car would have been totaled. Word of advice, that's all I'll give you. So, that's my plan for my next build.